Welcome, food and fitness lovers, to Tina's Ageless Kitchen. Welcome, food and fitness lovers, to Tina's Ageless Kitchen. I'm Chef Tina Martini. You might know me as the Medicine Chef. Well, today I've got a great new thing to show you, and it's a lifesaver, and I do mean a lifesaver. I've got the perfect pickler today, and we're gonna do some really fun stuff with this. It's my new toy, it's my new favorite thing, and boy, if you've looked at the market lately and seen the pickled vegetables, or the fermented vegetables, we should say, they are expensive. I saw a little jar with just a few pieces of asparagus in it at a reputable beverage dealer, and it was $13 for the tiny jar. So here's a way to get your family in on the probiotic sensation, and that is fermentation of food. I worked with a doctor quite a while ago, and we still work together every now and then, Dr. Mark LeBeau, and I want to give him a shout out in Encinitas, California at the Center for Advanced Medicine. Dr. LeBeau taught me all about fermentation 16 years ago, and we use that really intensely when we work with people that have cancer. As you know, the focus of my 28-year career has been working with late-stage cancer, and to date, I have 506 documented cases of late-stage cancers of all types, and those people were empowered and shown how to recapture their radiant health. And so today, we're going to look at one of the best ways to create a friendly bacteria environment in the intestines, and the intestines is where a lot of the magic happens with our food and our absorption of nutrients. Very important. You can eat perfectly, but if you're not absorbing them and utilizing those minerals, vitamins, and phytonutrients, it doesn't matter. You could be putting perfect food in and your intestines aren't set up to really maximize and utilize those nutrients. Our probiotic fermented foods like these that we're doing today really set that intestinal system up to absorb and maximize all of the things that you take in from your food. Now, the one thing about the perfect pickler is it comes all ready to go. So I've got one set out here on the table, and then I've got the package as you'll receive it when you order yours online, and that's perfectpickler.com, and they'll send one right out to you. Now, this is a great science project to do with children, and as a matter of fact, if you homeschool, this is about 5 different courses: science, chemistry, nutrition, biology. You can cover it all with your perfect pickler working in your homeschool environment. And they have several different videos and things online that can help you set up your course plan. So I really think this is my new favorite toy. All right, let's go over what I have on the table in front of me and what it all does, and then we'll put it together and I'll show you how it works. Now remember, the fermentation process basically takes about 4 days, so you want to plan ahead for what you may need in the future with your fermented or probiotic ingredients. All right, I've got some veg that's already done, and what I'm doing out of the booklet, and you can see that they have an easy 1, 2, 3 system here, and the booklet tells you all about what to do, and it also tells you all about the different recipes and things that you can create with your perfect pickler. And as I mentioned, you can also go on YouTube and type in perfect pickler, and she's got a great step-by-step video. So when I first saw it, I thought, wow, you know, this is really interesting and a little bit challenging. But when I started to work with it and read the booklet, it's so easy. It's just like anything new, chefs. We just want to, you know, get in there and dive in and just give it a try. All right, so I've got a wide mouth ball jar here, a mason jar, and it's been sanitized. We want to make sure that the environment is very sanitary. Hands are the best tools in the kitchen, and I know you hear me say that a lot. So make sure when you're working with your foods before you put them in that your hands are very clean and sanitary. All right, I've got some Japanese carrots here. You can see all the different colors. The orange is the standard, and that lets us know that it's vital with beta carotene. One of the main things that I use in my protocol to fight cancer is carrot juice. And so these nice colored carrots really bring in a lot of the phytonutrients and the minerals. Just look at how gorgeous these purple carrots are. I've got some scallions or green onions, and I've got them sliced on the bias here, and that's just holding the knife at an angle. It looks a little nicer and a little fancier. Now you want to use hard veg. That works best for fermentation. So I've got cauliflower, and wow, there's so much medicine in the cruciferous. I've got a Daikon radish here, which is wonderful in salads, Chinese food, and that kind of thing. Now the Daikon radish contains isothiocyanates. Isothiocyanates really help the body to produce more cancer-fighting enzymes, and the probiotic system that we have here is all about natural enzymes, naturally occurring fighters that help set up the cells to resist any kind of disease. So probiotic food sets that body up and gets those warriors in place when we're invaded by something we don't want. All right, the cauliflower itself, major hormone balancing medicine here. We've got diazian, we've got genistein, we've got internal lactone and equal. What that means is you're protected against breast, prostate, cervical, any of the hormone-based cancers. Lung cancer is also a hormone-based cancer, so we want to attack that in the same way that we would breast or prostate cancer. Now, the cauliflower has even more phytonutrients than broccoli. So many people say that, broccoli is the perfect food, but cauliflower really actually has a lot more phytonutrients than the broccoli, but broccoli is a great food as well. So I'm just going to pile in our veg. And we've got a nice clean jar. Remember, we've soaked and scrubbed the vegetables really perfectly. And you want to soak them so they're a little bit more hydrated. You don't want too much drying out in the fermentation process. So what we do is we load it, we lock it, and we leave it. The Perfect Pickler is the only probiotic or fermentation kit that you don't have to babysit. And this is the great thing about the Perfect Pickler. You don't have to check it, watch it, let the gas out. All the design is done for you. All right, let's put in some allium compounds. Now, allium compounds, they really are on the forefront of the cancer fighting and protection business, if we will. Now, again, this is all about helping the body create its own naturally cancer-fighting enzymes and setting the cellular walls up so that they're nice and firm and the free radicals can't get in. All right, what else? Let's do some orange. And let's do some garlic. And garlic, of course, is the allium family. I've got it sliced here. So isn't that beautiful? I'm going to put in a little bit more of our purple carrots for more color. And then let's do some herbs. Now, herbs really are overlooked on the medicinal forefront. And where do we think medicine came from? From the herbal world. So dill is a very cooling herb. It also has to do with hormone balancing, and it's a great one if you have halitosis or gingivitis and you tend to have kind of a dental situation where maybe the mouth isn't feeling and smelling as fresh as it could. Dill is a wonderful remedy for this. Now, I've also got turmeric in here, and you'll see the orange powder on top, and that's the wonderfully potent cancer fighter turmeric. You can see by the beautiful golden color that it's got all that great phytomedicine going on with the brightness. And now turmeric also has a compound called curcumin. Now, it's not anything to do with cumin. It's a completely different compound. And curcumin, found again in turmeric, really resist the formation of breast cancer. Any mammary, liver, lung tumors really benefit from the treatment with turmeric. So I put that in, and we'll also notice that the veg will take on that beautiful bright saffron-y kind of color. All right, so I've got all that in. Now another thing that they've got in the kit that I think is wonderful is they've got the Celtic sea salt. This is one of my personal favorites, and it just lets you know that no expense is spared with the probiotic kit. The Perfect Pickler has selected one of the best salts on the market, and the gray Celtic salt is loaded with different little microbes that improve our use of sodium. They've got astaxanthin in them, and that is the garbage removal. So when you have astaxanthin, what it does is it goes in and it cleans off the cells and it cleans the blood out, and it helps whisk away all those toxins. That's why we call astaxanthin the garbage removal. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my brine now. So I'm going to do a rounded, if you've got this chunky kind of salt, you want to pretty much do a rounded tablespoon. If you're using a finer grind or a more refined salt, you're going to use a scant tablespoon, which is just below the lip. But we're going to do 2 full tablespoons there, and let's go ahead and mix that up so that we've got the brine nice and salty and mixed. All right, now those living microorganisms are going to assist in the fermentation process, and they're going to assist in the formation of the probiotics. Okay, so what we're going to do here is just carefully pour the brine in. Now the veg needs to be about 2 inches away from the lip, so you're just going to pack it in real well, and you can measure with your finger. All right, so that looks good. And I'm going to go ahead and fill that up. And then we're going to put the little cup in, and you're just going to push that down, okay? And you can hold it with your finger, and that makes it easier. I'm going to move it to the side, hold it down with the finger, and then go ahead and fill the rest of the way up until you're about 1/8 inch from the lip of the cup. That looks great. Now we're going to move that over, and we're going to put the pickler lid, the one with the hole. Now the gasket is to lay flat. Just a moment, chefs, my gasket needs to be pushed down. So we're going to go all the way around here, and that's going to make that perfect seal. We don't want any air or foreign microorganisms that can really mess up our fermentation process. So we've got that laid flat now, and then we're going to put that little cup back down in and hold that lid over, and you're going to go backward, and then you're going to come forward just, and you'll feel it just go snug. Don't over tighten, because with the gases building up as the food ferments, that lid is going to tighten even more, so you want to get it off. All right, now we've got our little valve here, if you will. Get the cap off. All right, and we're going to push that in. Now remember, it's sitting right in the gasket, so you don't need to force it down. It's tight enough to do its job. So let's just go like so. And then we've got our beaker of just tap water, and we're going to fill that up just to the max line. You see what a wonderful science project this is for your kids? So fun for them. You can give it a little tap if you need to. And this is our little gas lock. Okay, let's push that over a little bit and get that water going down. Whoop. That's a way to get it out. Just flip it. Okay, so there we go. Whoop, come on, you. All right, and we're at the max line. You know what, chefs? I've got a little bit too much water in here. Let's go ahead and just take a little bit out. And it's just that easy. If you've got too much, there we go, and then just set it right down in there. Perfect. Okay. Now we don't need the cap on. That's going to let the gases out and keep the moisture flowing and the air circulating. So what you're going to do now, they were kind enough to include a China marker, so you can simply write the date because you're going to let it go 4 days, and set that in a temperature that's between 68 and 74 degrees. Please don't let it go over 74 degrees. That's just too warm for the vegetables, and you won't get quite the nice results that you could if you keep it at the right temperature. So I find a cooler place in my home. I set it on a saucer, write the date down, and then I know in 4 days I'm going to have the most delicious pickled vegetables, and really at a fraction of the cost. And it's just a fun thing to do something different with. So there it is. Our science project is all complete, and we'll let this rest for 4 days. And when we come back, chefs, I'm going to show you some really great ways to use your probiotic fermented vegetables. Here's to your probiotic health. I'll see you in a minute.
Hi, I'm Chef Todd Allen Lowe of Allen's Pantry. And when I choose kitchen apparel, Chef Works is the only way to go. It's durable, high quality, and affordable. And I wouldn't be caught dead wearing anything else other than Chef Works apparel on Allen's Pantry.
All right, chefs, we're back in the Ageless kitchen today, and we're playing with my new favorite toy. It's a serious toy, though. It really gets the job done, and that's the Perfect Pickler. I really want to thank the people at Perfect Pickler for being a show sponsor. We really love the product, and I really know that you're going to enjoy it and have lots of fun with it. Now let's talk about what to do once we've got our gorgeous fermented or pickled vegetables done. I've got here a Vietnamese sandwich that's very popular, and we do it here in the Ageless kitchen, and it's called a banh mi. Now normally the banh mi sandwich is done with pork or beef, but what we've done here is used ground turkey. Now the ground turkey, of course, is much leaner and lower in calorie and fat, just a little bit more gentle on the system as well, not so hard to digest. We just made up some meatballs with some nice jasmine rice inside. Let me go ahead and open the sandwich so you can see. Now we've got the little meatballs there, and I made a peach sriracha sauce to go over it like a sandwich sauce. So what we've done with our pickled vegetables here is put them on top, and that's what they do in the Vietnamese sandwich. Is it's the beautiful moist meatballs, the toasty crispy torpedo roll, and the great news is there's lots of good gluten-free torpedo rolls out there now. So you get what works for you, toast it up a little bit, and some of the peach sriracha, the turkey meatballs, and then our beautiful fermented veg. Now I use the veggeroncini recipe that comes in the booklet, and there's many great recipes in there, so I know you'll put your spin on it, chefs, and really make something delicious and delightful. The banh mi is one of my personal favorites, and really a favorite of the customers in the Ageless kitchen. Another great sandwich that you can do, if you've ever been down to New Orleans and had a muffaletta, the fermented vegetables do a muffaletta perfectly. Normally, it's an olive tapenade, and so we would grind the olives and the pepperoncinis and all that kind of thing, and some of the fermented or pickled veg. Now we've got our probiotic veg that's so beautiful. I did a little bit of celery as well, which I like, and then you can rough knife chop that through and just sprinkle it over your banh mi sandwich or your muffaletta, and then put your salami and your turkey and whatever you like down. Normally they use mortadella in a muffaletta as well, or you could do just grilled vegetables and top it with the fermented vegetables, and you'd have a vegan muffaletta that would be absolutely delicious. Here at the Ageless Kitchen, we take all of the fermented pickled vegetables and we grind them up with the olives in a cream cheese and make a spread, like a muffaletta spread out of it. It's absolutely terrific. Both warm sandwiches are something I'm sure your family would enjoy. Now, another thing that you can do with all of these beautiful pickles is, and they're not the pickles in the traditional mode, but the pickled vegetable, what you can do is make an Antipasto salad. And that's another really big seller in the Ageless kitchen. And again, spinach, romaine, whatever you like, and then chop up your fermented vegetables and work those into the salad with a nice Italian vinaigrette. And you're getting something that's really going to build your immune system by building the probiotics, the friendly bacteria in your intestines. So as you can see, the sky's the limit, chefs, with the Perfect Pickler. So you're going to run over and get on perfectpickler.com and get your toy today. And it's a toy that's a great lifesaver as well. So much delicious medicine in their recipe book. I'm just going to have fun trying all the new recipes. So as you can see, our vegetables look gorgeous in our jar with our herbs. We've got our airlock in place, and we're letting the magic of the little Perfect Pickler do its thing and bring all the good friendly bacteria and maximize the nutrients. This is another great thing about fermentation, is you keep the aging out by keeping the air out, and you bring up the beauty of all of the phytonutrients by the fermentation process. All right, so I hope that I've turned you on to a couple different sandwiches that you can put in your chef repertoire. And of course, the classic Antipasto salad would be a natural way, a beautiful way to use your perfect pickled vegetables. Well, when we come back in a minute, we've got to take the fermentation process just a little bit further. I'm going to show you how to make a smoked tomato Bloody Mary, and we're going to garnish that bloody with our beautiful, perfectly pickled vegetables. I'll see you in just a minute for a great cocktail.
Hi, I'm Chef Molly Bravo, the host of Organicopia, the Total Organic Experience. Organicopia is about buying local, eating seasonal, making great food for the people that we love. I'd love for you to join me here at my homestead in the Santa Cruz Mountains, where I'm learning to live off the land as much as possible. And what I can't do on my own piece of property, I'm going to support local farmers and the people around me to bring our community together and our families together through great food.
All right, it's cocktail time in the Ageless kitchen, one of our favorite times. And I'm going to show you how to prepare fresh tomato juice for your Bloody Mary. Now, we're doing a smoked Bloody Mary. So what I did was I smoked the tomatoes on the grill with the natural wood. So whatever you like, or you could just do fresh tomato juice. Either would be fine, but I thought just a little hint of smoke would really give a richness and a body to the drink that really is not found in most Bloody Marys. So you can smoke the tomatoes on your grill. You just buy a little smoker box and use your wood chips, or just prepare fresh tomato juice. Either way, your guests will love it. Now I'm going to show you how we did the preparing of the tomatoes. So I've got a beautiful organic Roma, and I've got a little paring knife. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to score the bottom with an X. That's it. I'm going to drop this with a slotted spoon into boiling water for 30 seconds. You're going to pull it out, let it cool for just a moment, and then you'll see that the little flaps lift up, and you can just take the skin right off. Cut the tomato in half and remove the seeds, and drop the meat of the tomato only in the blender. And that's what we have here. Now, smoke is a real trend that's coming up. You're going to see more and more people doing lots of different smoked things. So again, this is our smoked Bloody Mary. All right, I've pureed the tomatoes. Let's go ahead and add the rest of our ingredients. Now, I'm choosing to use some vegan products here, and this is a vegan Worcestershire. All right, so the vegan Worcestershire doesn't use anchovies, but it's just as nice and rich as you can see. All right, let's go with a little dill, and again, dill is cooling. It's hormone balancing. It's antiseptic in nature. I've got some granulated garlic or garlic salt if you like it a little more salty. I've got some celery seed. Now again, I'm kind of cutting back on the salt, so I use the celery seed, but you certainly could use the celery salt. I've got a little bit of Tabasco for a kick, and you'll make that as spicy as you like, or not. Leave it out, and I've got even more spice. Here comes some more isothiocyanates. Now these are the things that really help to build the cancer-fighting enzymes in our body that naturally occur. And this is a little bit of the fresh horseradish root. You can grind that up, mix it with a little sour cream or a little mayo or yogurt, as I've done here. And this is just horseradish suspended in yogurt. It's going to give a beautiful bite, and again, it helps carry those isothiocyanates in to do their cancer-fighting job. All right, I've got a fresh little bit of lemon juice here for our bioflavonoids. That's going to turn back the aging clock. And here's something very different. A little bit of au jus or beef broth is going to give this Bloody Mary another layer of richness. Now again, I'm choosing to use the vegan beef broth or beefless broth, if you will, but you certainly could take some drippings off of some prime rib that you've roasted or whatever your family likes. So let's go ahead and pour a little bit of that in. Hope I don't make a big mess. There we go. Let's wipe that off. Okay. And then we've got our garnish here. I'm going to put in a little bit of fresh black pepper to go along with our other nice herbs. And black pepper puts the force on the liver. In India, black pepper is used to purify the liver. And so we want to be careful. We don't want to use too much because it can be a little rough on the liver, but it also kind of gives the liver that gentle nudge that it needs to help burn body fat and eliminate toxins. Okay, let's go ahead and put our lid on. I'm going to put a little towel over just for some safety. And we'll whiz that up. Just until it's nice and frothy and has a nice body to it. And so everything's mixed up real well. Now I've got a little bit of citrus vodka here. I like, again, a little bit of a kick. And I'm just gonna put that in the glass, about 1.5 ounces, 1.25 ounces, whatever you like. And then let's go ahead and fill in with our fresh juice. Leave some room for your garnish. Oh, the aroma is absolutely fabulous. Now the tomato has been cooked a little bit by placing it in the boiling water, and what that does is it opens up the lycopene. And I think phytonutrient lycopene is something everyone has heard of in the media now. Lycopene is found in tomatoes, both raw and cooked. The lycopene in the raw tomato is 27%. Add heat to that and it increases by 300%. This reduces skin damage or sun damage by as much as 40%. It's also a great hope for prostate cancer. So definitely get our men to drink some bloodies, and the girls, if you're sun goddesses, we want to definitely put in our cooked tomato to reduce the sun damage again by as much as 40%. All right, we've got our cancer-fighting horseradish and all kinds of great stuff. Let's go ahead and finish it up with a garnish, and I'm going to show you something kind of fun. So I would just put the cauliflower on the edge of the glass, or you can just float it on the top if you'd like. It's a nice little surprise in the drink. And I've got some crinkle cut carrots here, and let me show you. And these are our probiotic perfect pickled vegetables. And then celery is a classic as well. So I'm going to kind of go around the glass and just decorate that there with the pickled vegetables. What a great way to use our perfect pickler to make awesome cocktails, and especially our smoked Bloody Mary. Now this is how I achieved the crinkle cut on the carrots. You can find this in your restaurant supply. It's a crinkle cut blade, and you just drive it right down through the carrot like any knife, and you've got your fancy cuts here. So chefs, that's it for today in Tina's Ageless Kitchen with the perfect pickler, and I definitely want to thank the people there that provided the perfect pickler to us. I'm going to be using this every week for all kinds of beautiful recipes. We've got it sitting here, and we've got 4 days to wait for our beautiful vegetable melange with our Japanese carrots, our scallions or green onions. We could put cauliflower in here. We've got our daikon and all of the cancer-fighting medicine that you need. Build that immune system, gang. It's really important that the gut has the beautiful probiotic bacteria that really instill that great immune response. I'm Chef Tina Martini. Thanks again. We'll see you on perfectpickler.com, and we'll also see you in the Ageless Kitchen next time. Here's to your health.